Okay, so this is the material of section 6, and really we're coming out of the 1800s into the turn of the century. And the turn of the century, there was a ton of just in society. We could say that there was a big boom in not only industry, but there was a big boom in the arts. Um, there was a boom in the arts because there was such popularity that guys like Verdi and Wagner had created. There was popularity because it was accessible. There were people who just loved to go and watch ballets, and people loved to see operas. People loved to engage in all kinds of great, we could say, opportunities to do music. Those salon music ideas, singing leader. People would play, piano works. They would play small ensemble things. But the turn of the century, they also started developing piano stuff that headed in the direction of ragtime, but then that led in the direction of jazz. So here in this section 6, we're going to see a huge departure from all this really, we could say, um, uh, agreeable music that had a great deal of creativity. Remember the expansion of the size of the ensembles. We saw expansion of the length of works. Symphonies were now lasting an hour and 15, an hour and a half. In the Romantic period, the post-Romantic and modern music time period, they said we're going to change even more. We changed a lot in the Romantic, but the Romantic just actually took a variation on the Classical, and the Classical was pretty agreeable. What they started doing is they started to say, what haven't we done yet? And in this time period, there was a ton of stuff that was brand new, and the brand new stuff is really out there. I just got to tell you, it's out there. This is a time when there was out there art happening. This is a time when Picasso started to do his Cubism thing. There was a lot of unrest in society politically. People were being persecuted for ways of thought. There were free societies, but then there were communistic and socialistic societies, and some of those collided, and those collisions created revolutionaries, and this is a time when World War I was coming around, and so there was a lot going on. And artistically, it's amazing how society embraced doing something different. They embrace it in a way that I still am puzzled about. So, welcome to section 6. This is the beginning of jazz. The inclusion of America is basically put on the map artistically, and this is the time when modern music comes into play. Started with a guy named Charles Ives in America, and then that moved into Europe. A guy named Arnold Schoenberg did things that no one else had been doing before, and it really changed things. So here we go.